Look around you. How much plastic do you see? Whether it be your pen, your cell phone case, your trash can, the bag inside your trash can, the can that you put the bag inside your trash can in. It's an endless cycle. Now, I want you to go back. I want you to think about how many pieces of plastic you discarded of today. You can't. The fact is that billions of people around the world go about their daily process with little to no regard of where the components of their waste, in particular plastic, ends up. I plan to further elaborate. Dr. Alicia Fortuna, a scholarly medical journalist, writes that when plastics become marine debris, they act as both a source of additives and a sink over time for other chemical contaminants. These contaminants could substantially disrupt oceanic tendencies and ultimately inhibit relative food chains. This research that she conducted was supported by hundreds of other scientists, with very credible backgrounds, and a lot of resources at their disposal. And their preliminary research somewhat brought global attention to this problem, which I think that we could further combat. So the the Environmental Asset Management Association states that when plastics become marine debris, they act as both a source of additives and a sink over time for other chemical contaminants. So this means that whenever you throw plastic away in a disregarding kind of manner, right, or at an excruciating pace, more so to say, right, it's not just litter that's being placed on the floor of the ocean. Everybody knows that the ocean has plastic in it. What people don't realize is that this plastic, once it gets into the ocean, there are chemicals that are disposed from this, and these chemicals kind of web out and they get their tentacles on so many other things and harm so many other parts and species and living beings in our ocean. These living beings that, to some degree, we rely on for our own food. Therefore, it can affect our entire web as a food chain. So the significance is there as a problem, and it's being addressed. The Environmental Asset Management Association further suggests that the amount of sorbed chemicals per unit area is greater on shorelines where there are more concentrated plastic litter, approximately 85,000 times more in Hong Kong than reported off of North American shorelines. It means that we're aware of where the problem is. We're aware of how to address the problem from a fiscal or governmental kind of regulatory standpoint. But in closing, I would like for everybody to think about this. A scholarly journal titled Ocean Plastic Crisis Mental Modes of Plastic Pollution for Remote Indonesian Coastal Communities states that if present trends continue, use and waste management of plastics continue, and all businesses continue at the same pace, it is predicted that up to 28 metric tons of plastic will enter the oceans by 2025. Further, these analysts have concluded by 2040, even if every global business reduced their plastic output by 25%, each company, this number would still, by 2040, it being 28 metric tons in 2040, it's still going to grow to 40 metric tons within the next 20 years. That is insane. That means that no matter what fiscal or regulatory actions that you put in place to combat this issue. The only way that it's really going to be combated is from more education about the issue, whether that be from stimulated packages with government incentives, whether it be from just more as as time goes, problems come to play and things are more exacerbated. But I think that for the most part, the only solution to this growing problem is going to be everybody being a little bit more aware of what you're doing with your waste, where you're putting it. You can make so much of a difference just by having awareness in regards to what you're dumping on another life's area, their living area. So I challenge you going forward to consider what you throw in that plastic trash can. Thank you.